Doing good, man. I'm enjoying everything about this whole entire thing, man. The whole process of it, it's awesome, man. It's a great opportunity, and I just love it all, man. I'm excited.
Was this the type of fight you were hoping for after your debut? I know we had talked a couple days after you won that, and you were talking about ranked fighters and ranked opponents and exciting matchups. KaraFrance, does he check all those boxes for you?
Literally checks every single one of those boxes, man. Every single one of those boxes. Like, I think out of all the fights I wanted, I thought that was the best matchup for me, or the most ideal matchup for me is KaraFrance specifically. Yeah.
Is it kind of weird? A lot of times you see fighters, they have to kind of work through the years, and then they finally get a ranked matchup. And you came in, beat a former UFC title contender, and in your sophomore fight, you're fighting, a fairly middle of the rankings contender like France. Is it weird to just kind of jump right into the mix like this, or do you like that?
One, I like it, and it is really weird, man. It's super weird. It's like super weird to think about like the opportunity that's in front of me, man. And it's like weird, and it's like a little bit overwhelming in a sense, but at the same time, it's so cool, and like I feel so fortunate to be where I'm at right now. And yeah, man, it's great. And like the fact of the matter too is like I'm on a big card, man. I'm on a big card in a good spot so far, and yeah, man, it just seems like it's all just kind of falling into like a really cool place, and I'm excited for it all.
When you talk about the placement on the card, you're the third fight from the top right before the title fight. So obviously a pretty big stage, the UFC's relaunch of Fight Island. I mean, you're going to have a lot of eyes on you for this one, right?
Yeah, that's the plan, man. Try to get some fans, try to get change my life, man, make my life better, and like I said, just show up and show out, try to improve.
Yeah. And after your last fight, you kind of talked to me. You said, you were still kind of disappointed in some of the stuff that happened before the finish, and that's the way you always are. You're always disappointed even if you win or lose. So were you able to go back and kind of watch and make some adjustments, take away some stuff from the Elliot fight that you feel like will come into play in this one?
Not necessarily go back and make adjustments. I don't think necessarily it's what I did wrong as much as it's just Tim Elliott's style. It's just overwhelming as shit, Like, Tim Elliott's style is like get in your face, make it an ugly fight, and he very much did that to made it an ugly fight. And yeah, it's not as much as like what I had to make an adjustment for, as much as like I know Tim Elliott is like super overwhelming, and I don't think that him and KaraFrance even like are close to the same matchup. So I think as far as like a matchup goes, I think that's like the most. I think like a matchup with like Tim Elliott would be like the hardest, or like the one I don't like the most out of probably everybody in the UFC flyweight division right now that I can think of.
So when you look at France, it's a little more straightforward. It's obviously he's not going to have the Tim Elliott style. He's going to be a little bit more traditional in the attack that he gives. So what are you expecting to see out of him? Kind of break him down a little bit for me.
I like KaraFrance, man. He's really good, very calculated kickboxer, and I think that plays a little bit towards my benefit. I think out of me and KaraFrance, I think I'm more of the spaz out of us two. Like I said, it's just really calculated. He thinks a lot, or like he's just very measured in his fights. He's not like Tim Elliott in the sense of like Tim Elliott can go forward, throw a bunch of wild stuff, and then mix it up completely. I think for the most part, it's going to be a striking match, and that's what he's going to be looking to do. And like I said, just very calculated, very like trying to set up his punches, trying to find a punch or like a kick or whatever to set up the end of the fight.
Yeah. And one of the other storylines coming out of your last fight, and we chatted about it, like I said, a couple days after, was the fact that you didn't have to work your day job anymore. So did that go down? Did you end up leaving? Is MMA the full-time 100% thing now?
Yeah, bro, and that's what I'm saying with like the whole sponsorship, man. Is I got a sponsorship right afterwards, and they're helping me out on a day-to-day basis. And Ed and Cyrus, man, from EAP Glass, man, they reached out to me after my fight, and I don't know, man. It's been unreal. I'm like, I don't know. I just have people like backing me, and I can't even believe it, man. So it's all like my life's been so unreal to me lately. And like, I don't know. I'm so grateful for every day I wake up. I wake up with a full night's sleep, and then I don't know. It's great, man. And like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just living the dream, like literally, and like that's literally what it is. Just I always wanted to be a full-time fighter, and fighting my full-time job, and the fact that I'm doing it right now is just beyond amazing, and I couldn't have done it without EAP Glass and just sponsor and backing. I'm very like I'm what is it like? I guess like I'm a sissy when it comes to like making like harsh decisions, or like just I don't know, man. Like investing in myself has been kind of a little bit hard. Maybe it's something that I probably should have dove in a little harder when I first started fighting. I was like, well, fighting's fun and all, and like all this, but like I'll go to college and then I'll do this and then I'll work and like so I just had all these backup plans and like I don't know, it's crazy to me. Like it's crazy to me, or I see it like just people who are balls to the wall. Like I quit my job, I did this, and they're like living on a fucking in their car or in their couch. And I'm like, damn, man. Like I've had a big like I started this sport when I was like 16. Like right when I turned 16 is right when I started the sport, and for me, like 19, 18, and not investing myself the way some of these dudes are that are like 23 and just starting fighting and jumping right into the balls, like just investing in themselves completely is. It's like one mind blowing to me too. It's like, God damn, I wish I had that balls. Like I wish I had that like to invest in myself and to like go for it, man. It's a dream, man. You're going for the dream, and like I don't know, man. I'm such like a play it safe kind of person that I'm glad I got the opportunity to have people to help me out with it, you know.
Yeah, and do you feel like having the opportunity to do this full time now has kind of raised maybe the potential, not potential ceiling that you have, but do you think it's allowed you to even sharpen yourself even further for this fight? Have you noticed any sort of difference that way?
Yeah, definitely. But like the main difference to all this is just recovery, man. I was like getting hurt all the time. I wasn't sleeping. Like, I think as far as like I would sleep like today's Monday. Hey, today's Monday. I've got 2 hours of sleep today before I went back to practice. I'm outside the gym right now, and like literally I have between I finished strength and conditioning at 2. So it's 4:16 here. I would have 2 hours to sleep before I could be back to the gym at 5, you know, and like then I was just living a lifestyle like that, and it's not like it wasn't like I was getting injured, and I was just like I wasn't getting sleep. Like my diet was messed up, all the above, man. And like I love the sport so much, I wasn't never gonna miss practice, but at the same time, it's just like it was overwhelming, man. And like to even like think about like when I wake up in the morning, I always like think about it. I'm like, damn, man, like I would have just been getting off work right now, like literally, and like getting ready to go to practice, and like the fact that I can just wake up on a full night's sleep, I don't even know how I did it. Like to me, like when I look back, I'm like, I don't know if I would ever have done it again now that I don't have to. It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess my last question for you here, you know, when you kind of play out this fight in your head, is there any way you see it going down? What can fans expect to see out of this fight when you two get in there?
I see it going a million different ways, man. I don't necessarily see like it playing out a specific way, but I definitely just see me overwhelming him a little bit, and I don't know, man. Not anything specific, not any like specific finish or anything, but I definitely think that I'm gonna overwhelm him a little bit, and I think that's kind of like the key to me winning right here. Honestly, it's my style too. I go forward a lot. I throw a lot of punches. I attack a lot when we're on the ground, and like I said, I have a little bit of overwhelming style, and I think that'll play into my benefit in this fight.
Awesome, man. Well, I really appreciate the time, and have a safe trip over to Abu Dhabi, and I'm sure we'll be talking again, Brandon. Appreciate the time, man.
All right, cool. All right, thank you, brother. All right, have a good day.